We were picture perfect. Mom, Dad, me and Aunt Claire always together. Sunday dinners, summer vacations, laughter, love, or so I believed. Dad, my hero, strong, kind, always there. His hugs chased away nightmares. His jokes turned bad days good. Aunt Claire, Mom's younger sister, full of life, always smiling. She smelled like vanilla and sunshine. Aunt Claire was more than an aunt. She was my confidant, my cheerleader, sharing secrets and dreams, never judging, always understanding. We were a family, woven together with threads of love and trust. I never imagined those threads could unravel. Things started to change. Subtle shifts like the first tremors before an earthquake. Dad, always so attentive to Mom, seemed distant, lost in thought. His laughter, once booming, now strained. Aunt Claire, usually the life of the party, became withdrawn. Her eyes, once sparkling, now held a shadow. Their phone calls became more frequent, their whispers more hushed. I noticed, I always noticed, little details, changes in behavior. Maybe it was my observant nature, or maybe it was the writer in me always looking for the story beneath the surface. A knot of unease began to form in my stomach, a feeling I couldn't ignore. It was a Saturday afternoon. Sunlight streamed through the curtains, painting the living room in hues of gold. Mom was out, Dad was working in his study, and Aunt Claire was helping me bake cookies. My phone buzzed. A text from Dad, meant for Aunt Claire. My finger hovered over the notification, a sense of dread washing over me. Curiosity, a cruel temptress, whispered in my ear. I clicked. The words, stark and cold, jumped out at me. I can't live without you. Meet me at our spot by the lake. The world tilted, the air thickened, the cookies forgotten, dough sticking to my fingers. It was true. All my fears confirmed. The world shattered, the pieces cutting into my soul, betrayal, sharp and cold, my father, my hero, capable of such deceit, and Aunt Claire, my confidant, complicit in this web of lies. I confronted them. The words tumbled out, a torrent of anger and hurt. Their faces, etched with guilt and shame, confirmed what I already knew. The air crackled with tension, the silence deafening. My family, once a source of comfort and love, now a battleground of hurt and deception. The smell of burnt cookies filled the air, a bitter reminder of our shattered reality. Section 5. The storm surges. Mom returned home to chaos. Tears, accusations, the raw, ugly truth laid bare. The pain in her eyes mirrored my own. The foundation of our family, built on trust and love, crumbled. The fight was brutal, words like weapons leaving deep wounds. My father, remorseful yet defiant. My aunt, tears streaming down her face, a picture of regret. And my mother, heartbroken, betrayed by the two people she loved most. I was adrift in a sea of emotions. Anger, confusion, a deep aching sadness. The world as I knew it ceased to exist. Section 6. The house divided. The fallout was immediate and devastating. My parents, their marriage shattered beyond repair, decided to separate. The house, once filled with laughter, echoed with silence. Aunt Claire, ostracized by the family, moved away. Her absence, a constant reminder of her betrayal. I felt a strange mix of anger and pity for her. We were a family broken, each of us pieces scattered by the storm, picking up the pieces, trying to make sense of the wreckage. The life we knew, the picture-perfect family, was gone. Section 7. Picking up the pieces. Life moved on, but the pain lingered. The holidays, once joyous occasions, were now bittersweet reminders of what we had lost. Family gatherings, once filled with warmth and laughter, were strained and awkward. I withdrew into myself, seeking solace in books and writing. Words became my therapy, my way of processing the chaos that had become my life. My relationship with my father was strained. The betrayal cut deep, leaving a scar that refused to heal. I struggled to reconcile the father I thought I knew with the man who had shattered our family. Section 8. Scars and Healing. Time, the great healer, slowly began to mend the wounds. The raw edges of pain dulled. Forgiveness, I learned, was not forgetting. It was about finding a way to move forward, carrying the scars without letting them define me. I started therapy. Talking to someone, pouring out my pain and confusion helped. It didn't erase the past, but it allowed me to process it, to understand my own emotions. My relationship with my father remained complex. We were both victims of his choices, yet he was the one who had made them. We were learning to navigate this new terrain, slowly, tentatively. Section 9. A New Normal. Life wasn't perfect, but it was ours. We had found a new normal, a way to exist in the wreckage. There were still moments of anger, of sadness, but there were also moments of grace, of understanding. I learned that families are not perfect. They are messy, complicated, and sometimes heartbreaking. But they are also resilient. They have the capacity to forgive, to heal, and to love even in the face of unimaginable hurt. I still believed in love, in family. But I also knew that trust, once broken, is a fragile thing. It must be earned, nurtured, and protected. And sometimes, even then, it's not enough.